guys, it's Thomas here, and today I'm going to bring to your attention new news that Konami left on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization. Six Samurai is going to get new support in Rota. Now let's see what the support is and if it will be able to change how Six Samurai is played, or if it will be able to make it a tier 1. First, we have Rokubushu no Akaiso, Anarchist Monk of the Six Samurai, a level 3 Dark Warrior Tuner effect monster, attack 500, defense 0. You can only special summon with the first effect of this card name once per turn. You can only use the second and the third effect of this card's name each once per turn. If you control a Six Samurai monster other than Anarchist Monk of the Six Samurai, you can special summon this card from your hand. Second effect, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one Six Samurai quick play spell from your deck to your hand. Third effect, a Six Samurai monster synchro summon using this card as material gains this effect. The levels of all monsters your opponent control are reduced by 1. The first effect is a pretty useful special summon abilities. The second is a +1 when it goes to the graveyard, and after the link, this is the first time we get a monster that adds Six Samurai spell trap, even if it's only quick play. It still will broaden the chance of the deck to use household cards. And the third effect is pretty good, because if you're going first and you set up a synchro that you most likely will do, the synchro will gain also another access of interaction in interacting with the level of your opponent, because if you play against like a synchro deck or Xyz deck, this will completely mess them up. It's the effect of Stygian Dirge, or on a monster. The second monster is Rokubushu no Shinanban, Instructor of the Six Samurai, a level 2 Earth Warrior Tuner effect monster. You can only special summon with the first effect of this card name once per turn. You can only use the second and the third effect of these card names each once per turn. If you control a Six Samurai monster other than Instructor of the Six Samurai, you can special summon this card from your hand. Second effect. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one 6-strike card from your deck to your hand. Third effect. A Six Samurai monster synchro summon using this card as material gains this effect. Monster your opponent control lose 500 attack. Now, another pretty easy to summon monster. It has a +1 when sent to the graveyard like the first monster. This time it adds a 6-strike card from your deck to your hand. And the third effect, even if it doesn't seem like a lot, it's a stat modify effect that will be pretty useful to get over big monster of your opponent. Next, we can quickly see that it's a synchro. It's a remake of an old Shien in Shima Rokubushu, Shien, Legendary Clash Six Samurai Shien, a level 6 Dark Warrior synchro effect monster, material 1 on your tuner and 1 on tuner plus 6 samurai monster. It's pretty specific. You can only use the first effect of this card name once per turn. If this card is synchro summoned, you can add one 6 samurai monster or Shien effect monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Second effect. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that monster. Third effect. If this card on the field would be destroyed by battle card effect, you can destroy one other monster you control instead. Now, it's a really strong monster, and it's very interesting to note that the art once per turn is only on the first effect, that adds a monster from deck or graveyard to your hand, and it's a one-shot version of Gate of the Six Samurai. The second effect, it's the old Shien but for monster, because it can negate the monster effect and it's not hard once per turn. And the third effect is a protection effect, where if he would be destroyed, you can destroy another monster you control instead. It reminds me a lot of Chishao of the Sword Soul monster. Adds on summon, interact with your opponent, but this also has a protection effect. The next monster is also a synchro in Shimma Rokuwushu Enishi, Legendary Klesha 6 Samurai Enishi, a level 6 Light Warrior synchro effect monster, attack 1700, defense 1200. One tuner and one or plus non-tuner, that's pretty interesting. It's generic. You can only use the first and third effect of this card name each once per turn. If this card is synchro summoned, you can banish any number of 6 samurai monsters from your graveyard, then target that many monsters your opponent control, then return them to the hand. Warrior monster you control gain 500 attack and defense during the battle phase only, and if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one of your banished 6 samurai monster. Now, the first effect is really good. It's a bounce of multiple monsters. Unfortunately, it targets, but what do you want? The second effect boosts all your monster stats, and that's also good. To out monster also is a 17 under attack. It could use some help on that front. And the third effect, special summon from the banish when it's sent from the graveyard. It's interesting to look at the fact that it doesn't need to have been synchro summoned. It could also have been special summoned from the graveyard and been sent there first, and it would be still special summon from the banished, and he set up the third effect with the first one. That's also pretty good. The last card, new card, is Rokubushiki Sojin, 6 strike, double assault. You can only use one of the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn, and only once that turn. Apply one of these effects, or if you control 2 or more 6 samurai monsters, you can apply both in sequence. Special summon one 6 samurai monster with 2000 or less attack from your hand or graveyard. Change one monster your opponent controls with 2000 or less attack to face down defense position. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Then target one 6 samurai monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Now, the first two effects are pretty good. Being able to special summon a 6 samurai with 2000 or less attack from hand or graveyard could be an extender from hand, or for better, for graveyard. Or you could summon something like the old Enishi and have a bounce as a quick effect. And the second effect would be able to book a monster your opponent control. A little one, but it's still fine. A little bit worse going second, but if you're going first, you will be able to set some little monster that, let's tell it, are the most important in this day. Being able to use both is pretty good, but also one is not bad. The second effect is a nice recovery effect that every deck would be happy to have. So these are the new cards, and I can safely say they are pretty good. Will this be enough to make 6 samurai at your one deck? This is all we will have to see.